All right, howdy folks. Thanks for tuning back in. I'm coming at you with another video. I know a lot of you guys commenting on my videos. I was telling you, oh yeah, I'll have another one next week or should have one by the end of the month. Well, it's been a heck of a year, guys. Been busier than can be at work. Been tired and just didn't have myself enough time to make some videos. So finally sitting down and making one. I figured I wouldn't make another one until after my wedding, which is a week from tomorrow, but ended up having a little bit of time tonight. It's my wife's bachelorette party. She's going out for some dinner and drinks with some friends. So, I got nothing going on. Figured I'd come to you with this one. So, this is a Trybe Defense Glock 34 titanium nitride barrel. This is my Glock 34. It is a serialized polymer 80 frame, Glock 34 upper, and I have shot this one. Not necessarily shot out, but I'm seeing enough accuracy degradation that I figured I would get a new barrel. So looked around on the market, saw a couple different barrels. Optics Planet had the Trybe Defense barrels on a pretty substantial sale. I don't look at them all the time, so I don't know if that's a time limited sale or if they're typically around that $70 to $80 mark, but figured I would try it out. Worst case scenario, it's a fun little barrel to shoot at the range, burn out, and then have a different barrel for actual carry and everyday use. So let's get into it. Let's check it out. It's unopened, right out of the package. Titanium nitriding looks pretty nice. They did say that it is a black nitride interior finish. Looks like a pretty clean interior. Yeah, the bore is really clean. I don't know if we can get an angle. Crown doesn't look too bad. It does have a little bit of a recessed crown, which is nice. Yeah, the bore's looking pretty good out of the box. One thing I'm not a big fan of is ramped barrels. I do think that was a mistake. Just less surface area for locking. This is an extremely shallow ramp on the barrel, so the locking surface area is still pretty substantial. All in all, looks pretty good. I did call up Trybe and I did ask them a couple of questions. Namely, I wanted to see if this is a multi-layer PVD. I wanted to see if it is a fully supported barrel, which we will take a look at in just a moment. I wanted to see what kind of lifespan they were expecting out of the barrel. I also asked them if it was sorry about that, getting over a sickness. I also wanted to ask them if it was an accuracy guaranteed barrel. They have it listed as a match grade barrel. Basically what they told me is 2 to 3 inch groups at 15 yards with a good shooter. Again, they said it's a black nitride interior to the barrel, which it does appear to be, but it's a shallow nitriding. They did not have an answer on how the titanium nitride is applied, if it was a multi-layer PVD or anything like that. And he didn't have like an estimated lifespan on the barrel. Did say it's fully supported barrel though. Now the only thing I'm noticing out the gate is that little machining blemish right there. That is certainly not something I'm gonna cry about, because about a week from now this thing is gonna be it's gonna be marked up. We're gonna take her out and do some shooting. Got 1,000 rounds of MagTech on the way, and I have a big Ziploc bag of 9mm I'm planning to burn through. I have no idea how many rounds, but I would figure about 400 or 500 I'll be putting through it. So let's get into some accuracy markings. So this is, of course, empty, no magazine, nothing in the chamber. Now, a good way to gauge accuracy on a 9mm, or on a Glock I should say, is to push on the barrel hood. You can see the bounce I'm getting out of this barrel. It's a lot less than most barrels. It also doesn't have a round in the chamber. That bounce will be mitigated with a round in the chamber, but a really good barrel, even with no round in the chamber, is gonna barely bounce. So this is, of course, a factory Glock 34 barrel. It's been shot quite a bit. I would say less than 5,000 rounds, more than 3. I haven't done an exact round count on this, but I've been using some pretty hot loads in it, mostly 124 grain NATO ammo. I shot a pretty good amount of some Hornady critical duty through it. So it's enough of an accuracy issue that I want to get back to that match grade 34 accuracy. I am also replacing the, let me get that real quick. I am replacing the recoil spring. It's still pretty stout, but the coil jumped the lip up there. I don't know if you can see that. Coil jumped the lip, so it has this like real drag at the beginning. Yeah, see how it's jumping that lip? So it's just annoying to reassemble. New spring's $5, so I got a new spring I'll be putting in today as well. For all my new viewers too, I did invent this drop-in insert for 34s and 17Ls that goes in there for the Gen 3s and Gen 4s. Completely fills that space. It's made out of a carbon fiber nylon. I haven't mass produced it, but I had a couple different groups of people that contracted me to make some for them, so there's a couple hundred of them out there floating around. Maybe one day I'll mass produce those, but I'm too busy as it is. All right, Trybe barrel drops into the slide nice. Let's see if it drops into the frame nice. This frame is a very tight fit, so. All right, so it does assemble correctly. Let's see what that barrel bounce looks like. Oh yeah, I don't know if that's showing up, but there is no barrel bounce. Let me push the slide far forward, hold the back of the slide. There is much less barrel bounce. So mechanical lockup should be better. The real question is it an actually accurate barrel? Looks good though. I love the FDE look with the titanium nitride. I thought that would be neat. Corrosion resistance is nice. Overall, it looks good. So small little entry video into the barrel. That'll be my next project. I'm also going to be doing a lot of TAC-12 shooting with that 9mm. I got a bunch of 12 gauge on the way and more Draco stuff. So stay tuned. I don't know how much 32 ACP stuff I'll be doing soon. I'm trying to shoot more appropriate guns, not little pocket guns, but yeah. There you go. Psych, I'm not done. Forgot to test something. So a fully supported barrel is something that I mentioned, and that is a pretty critical factor for any aftermarket barrel. So this is a round of Hornady critical duty 9mm Luger plus P, and I'll show you what it looks like in a Glock factory barrel. So if you see that, that is an unsupported barrel. Now Glock barrels are not as unsupported as like SIG P320 barrels. Those are the most unsupported I've ever seen. But if you can see where that feed ramp is, you have quite a bit of case wall showing, less again than like a SIG P320. Typically this is not a problem. I have run probably 1,000, maybe a little bit less, plus P rounds of 9mm through numerous different unsupported barrels. Never had a case issue, but these are also, you know, factory original cases. Remanufactured plus P, you will definitely run into an issue on an unsupported barrel, and that looks less supported than a factory Glock barrel. So they were lying to me when Trybe said it is a fully supported barrel. All right, let's look at that next to factory Glock barrel. Factory Glock. The Trybe. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that is less supported than a factory Glock barrel. If not, it's right the same as it. That feed ramp though, there is a lot of case wall exposed. So it's not a fully supported barrel. It's unfortunate. I'll definitely be asking them about that. But all right, now I'm out. Now, next time I see you guys, we'll be shooting this thing. Trybe barrel, out of the box impressions. It's worth 80 bucks. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do hope to have a more consistent schedule coming out for you guys. And God bless, stay safe, love your family. Y'all have a good one.